we're going to be talking about Palland, the Palworld killer that some people have been calling it, and I'm pretty sure it's facetious. So there is an article by it was Kotaku talking about this game. We're gonna showcase some gameplay, and we're gonna show it on the Nintendo eShop store. So what is Palland? Okay, Palland describes itself as a base building survival sandbox type game. This is basically what we got. We got Step into the World of Palland, a captivating survival building and exploration game where everything starts with a humble base. In a vast and dangerous environment, you decide how to gather resources, expand your shelter, and deal with wild creatures that can be both threats and valuable sources of power. Build bases across 3 distinct maps. Each environment offers unique challenges, construction styles, and local resources. Explore and gather essential materials, from rare crystals to vital essences. Every item counts on your path to growth. Survival management, balance your character's health, hunger, and energy to stay alive. Quest-driven gameplay, follow dynamic missions that guide your progress, offer rewards, and unlock new possibilities. Okay, so this video, you're going to hear a lot of people calling this game a Palworld clone, and I understand the sort of like, devil's advocate argument to this, where it's like, well, Palworld is just a ripoff of Ark and Pokemon, but like, when you guys see like some of the gameplay and like this game in general, you're gonna understand what I mean. So let's check out this is the a trailer that's on the official Nintendo website. Okay, just so you get a little bit of context of what we're looking at here. So I'm not gonna dog on it for the graphics, right? Like obviously the graphics aren't as realistic as Pokemon, or not Pokemon, as Palworld, right? Like, it definitely looks like kind of like an N64 game, but I'm not going to dog it for that because some games go for that style, right? But like you can see, like the character looks just like the Palworld character. The environments just don't look very captivating in my opinion. It's kind of just like emptiness, which granted Palworld has a lot of, but I don't know. The game just doesn't look and feel very sharp, if that makes sense. It looks like it was kind of just put together. Like, look at the combat. The combat's so like, you just walk up to it, try to, oh, I wasn't close enough. I have like one basic attacking move. It just kind of looks like a bunch of stuff that was put together and like with like a bunch of like base assets from like whatever engine it's made in, probably Unity. So yeah, this is on Nintendo Switch. Now, a lot of people are pointing out the irony because it's like Nintendo suing Palworld for existing, yet they'll allow Palland on the Switch. I'm not sure which Nintendo execs are aware of this because a lot of indies can just like kind of post their games, but they do go through an approval process. So somebody at Nintendo had to say this was okay. Now, we're going to go into this Kotaku article. It's really short, but I do think it kind of demonstrates some of this. So it says Palworld slop arrives on Switch despite Nintendo's ongoing legal battle with the original. The 2024 hit, okay, we don't care. Glance at the store listing for Palland via Nintendo Soup, and you'll instantly clock it as a Palworld clone. Like much of the knockoff slop that crowds digital storefronts, it's a simplified version of an existing game that mimics the art style by marketing more than just actual gameplay. Published on July 31st, the $10, yeah, it's a $10 game, by the way, so like it's not that expensive, but still. It builds itself on base building survival sim in which you harvest and resource and kill stuff. What it doesn't mention anything about collecting creatures that look strikingly similar to certain Pokemon. Nobody cares about that, okay? Paland delivers a rich, immersive experience where base building, combat exploration, and the evolution blend into one dynamic and strategic gameplay, reads a description. Gameplay footage uploaded by various people on YouTube shows the reality. An avatar who looks straight out of Palworld, running around boring fields, fighting cute creatures with incredibly low-budget animations. So that's kind of what it is. Like, the animations are really, really trash. I don't even hate that sort of like N64 blocky kind of art style or graphic style, if you will, but like this is clearly just, and I'm gonna get into it more, this is clearly like, oh, Palworld's big, we got to make something similar and see if we can get Switch users to play it, since it's not on Switch, right? What Paland is missing that got Palworld in trouble are Pokemon mechanics, like getting creatures to low health, aiming not Pokeballs at them, and later being able to ride on their backs. Those are the gameplay loops Nintendo sued Palworld over, leading to lawsuit filed last year. Pocket Pair has been implementing a series of tweaks beginning last November to each of these mechanics, which again, the whole mounting thing, bullshit. Throwing balls, bullshit. The fact that you can patent a game mechanic, in my opinion, absolute bullshit. Yeah, although it remains for the court to decide, whatever, while Nintendo might not have a problem with Palland since its creatures aren't obvious knockoffs of Pokemon and it isn't selling to tens of millions, the proliferation of games like Palland, it's a clear problem for developers on storefronts like the eShop. In addition, a lot of other generic AI slop. It's now common to see console storefronts quickly fill up with knockoffs of Steam games after they blow up on popularity on PC. PSN is already chock full of these. And yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. So the Ethan Gatch, if that's how you say his name, or their name, the writer of this article is basically saying, like, what the hell? Like, Palworld, this Paland game is allowed on Nintendo eShop simply because it's not doing as well. That's the main thing. If this game somehow sold millions of copies, Nintendo would find a reason to sue them too. So let's just look at some of the gameplay. I just want you guys to see, like, it's very bare bones. This is courtesy of Nintendo Hall, by the way. Like, this is the basic gist of the gameplay. Like, it's really got, like, nothing really special about it. Like, it's clearly they were just using the sort of Palworld hype to come up with this game as quick as possible. The art that they came up with, this is, like, clearly trying to be like, hey, look, it's like Palworld, guys, like I said, with the character and everything. And then this is my favorite part of this whole situation, right? I found this on Reddit, just searching up Palland. User Orsted_Lal, this person, they said, the Palworld bootleg Palland on Switch uses AI-generated assets and directly calls itself Palworld internally. Now, I'm not even going to talk about the AI thing. Like, I know there's a lot of, like, controversy around, like, AI generated stuff. That's that's like poultry in comparison to this, okay? In the game files, they literally call the game Palworld. It seems like there's some sort of this, I don't know why they call it DLC Palworld, but this is like one of the images that shows up for, like, controls or whatever. They literally call their own game Palworld. So if there was any, doubt, any sort of, like, courtesy given to the developers that they were just inspired by, like, come on, bro. Like, but yeah, this is sort of what I expected when Palworld did really well. I'll just let this kind of play, I guess, for you guys while I kind of talk here. But this is kind of what I expected when Palworld did really well on in 2024 when it launched, that we'd get a lot more games that were either inspired by Palworld, like a lot more like survival and creature collecting / monster taming games. Like we're already seeing a lot of these. That I can't remember the name of that one game. There's another game that recent, like, Tencent was developing that looks a lot like Palworld. There's a few others that have kind of, like, followed in that path, and that's to be expected. But also to be expected is there's going to be a lot more, like, low effort. Just like, here's the game, it's literally just Palworld but worse, and we're gonna market it exactly like that just to sort of get sales, and that seems to be happening more and more in every genre. Monster Taming's not the only one, and this seems to be no exception. So I'm all for, like, games that are inspired by other games. Like, I'm not one to call out, like, oh, this is a clone, this is a knockoff. Like, I'm always fighting against people doing stuff like that. Like, how many times have we heard Digimon's a clone of Pokemon, which is bullshit? Or Shin Megami Tensei, something that predates Pokemon with its original iteration, DDS Megami Tensei. Oh, that's a Pokemon clone, even though it came out before, right? Dragon Quest Monsters, something that, yeah, came out after Pokemon, but took mechanics from Dragon Quest V, which predates Pokemon. That's a Pokemon clone. Like, I'm not one who likes the whole Pokemon clone angle, but, like, this is clearly a Palworld ripoff, just masquerading as, like, a Palworld Switch, basically. They even called it Paland. Like, you can't get any more blatant than this. And it's just really funny to see that Nintendo is totally cool with this, and this somehow got through the approval process because it's not selling millions of copies, right? So, yeah. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Are you guys going to buy it and play Paland? Let me know if you have and what you think about the game. And if you want to stay up to date on all things monster taming, subscribe to the channel. That's all we do here. And yeah, we'll see you guys next time. Peace.